Yes, we always do that in unison.
That was
So should I defer to you, Guy?
Don't feel free. It's a buffet.
Welcome to another episode of our amazing podcast called Say My Piece. My name is Omotunde Adeboale David, but you all call me Lolo One. And we have been bringing you amazing discussions. We've had people sit on this place who have brought a lot of wisdom. That's what you get on this podcast. It's not those yao things where everybody talks about how many ways to cut onions. Of course, I don't do this alone. I do this with Ogbolo. He warned me before the podcast, Lolo, do not eat that biscuit. But because I have coconut head and the biscuit is coconut biscuit, I had to do what he says don't do. Now, what he says will happen is happening. I'm salivating. Welcome to the show. Okay. And I spoke my piece.
Cabo, welcome everybody. So that biscuit chopper, just come on one chop. Make it no be like say you hide that for back. So once in a while, just allow.
No, Ogbolo just wants everybody to think this is really how I am.
No, you see, when they ask Adaku matter that time, people I don't see say there's close resemblance and close similarities in nature.
Wow.
Any which way, guys, now welcome. My name is Ogbolo as usual. Today I did a bit calm. You understand because.
The topic we want
the topic today
is just us.
It's a provoking to know. This one is in-house gist. These episodes they won't go they get. We will get guests. We call an in-house gist.
Yes, they will come for you after. They will come for you after. Oh, they will come for you after.
Then they come for you. They'll
come for you after. Oh, they'll come for you. Before we enter off key.
Okay, so our gist today, the topic we are discussing today is a topic or something where they bother me personally. You understand? Now, social media don't come, you understand? And social media has been a blessing to everyone, At the same time, many people, they don't cut rope on top social media. Some people have taken it to the next level. When I mean to the next level, on the negative terms, you get me? People have used social media to make money. Some people that their market be social media, some people that their office. Some other people that just means to just they talk anything with their mind. Anything with their mind, both good, bad, ugly. They carry phone, set ring, lights, everything. They make plenty noise. Now, my own now concerning the ladies.
What have we done to you?
This one now, because again, this is not battle of the sexes. No be
I'm already poised for defense.
Wait first, no be gender war.
Okay, I don't come.
More just gist because there's a future which I'm very much concerned about. Even though I never born, but at least I go they worry one way or the other. No, you don't drop like 4 mature adults. Only you. Wow. No, but forget you they born.
Jesus. Now it hits me deep.
You born.
As if I don't get any other work.
No, I mean you are productive.
I was laying egg. Egg was action.
The feel like what you know you.
No, but funny enough, I'm like that. I can get pregnant by sneezing.
So I know too wrong like that. But based on what they talk, personally, I don't look social media. And aside from that, myself and some of my guys with the gist some weeks back. And in the course of our discussion, in the course of our gist and all, the talk just come up. What thing they do many ladies on top social media today? Because now, when this thing come up now, because we see one video, like I said earlier, many babes don't use social media to sell market. You understand? At the same time, people don't also use that, opportunity, the social media platform, take the cast. This one video we first bring the talk. This girl does a shout on top social media. Say, if you say Sabi in here, when I'm in here, Sabi, they near me. Talk. So when one of my guys bring out that video started to come out. Different guys come carry video come out. This one they showing on, that one they showing on. They were all sexual. So now I think I bring this come and say, waiting they do our ladies. Say the freedom we don't come with social media don't make many people. I won't say all ladies, not every woman, definitely. But a good number of them, waiting they happen. Based on babe where you be, at least. I don't say you don't get 1 or 2 gist with some people.
Normally now, say we exist in the same space. And one thing I'm learning in this generation is that there's a level of shamelessness.
Yes.
And that culture of lack of decorum. everybody has come to this point that they believe that I can say anything. It's my truth. It's my wisdom. It's my platform.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, get out. I think that's where it is. And everybody have become a little bit uncultured. And I would say not classy. And I will say that because there are ways to say these things. If you want to teach sexual content, there's a very educative way to teach sexual content.
That's for the ones that way they teach you.
Everybody is not an authority.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that because you know about something, you become an authority over everyone.
Yeah.
Last week on our TV show, we had a trained sexologist.
Yeah.
She went to school. She's a trained, in fact, her PhD, she has done PhD on
Sexology.
sex and all that. A lot of people just think that sex means intercourse only. That's where many people are getting it all wrong. And that's why I'm an advocate of sex education for children. Because sex education is not about intercourse alone.
Yeah.
We have become so destabilized because it's a topic that everybody seems to, not want to talk about, but at the same time, we all need it.
Yes.
Or we won't want to talk about it. That's why a lot of people would have very undesirable conversations. In fact, when you hear them talking about it, they are not talking about it from a position of education. They just want it to be as lewd, as vulgar as possible to gain interest. And I don't blame them. Because that like button has become one of the buttons that will ruin a lot of people's lives.
Now, addiction, it's an addiction. There's an addiction for likes.
Oh, yes. The more they sound vulgar, the more they press likes. Bah, bah, bah. Like this podcast we're doing now. To a lot of people, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Can't I say it? Am I not an adult?
Yeah.
I know you're an adult and you have your platform. But there's something called decorum and ways to do things. And when people complain about such things, it's not far. Just look at the page itself. A lot of people don't know that they can know who they are from their page.
Definitely. But like you said again, people are, which is very correct. There are quite a number of people are very shameless. Now, before while we were growing up, say people, the community could join raise you. There's a way you would dress. While I was driving here, I saw some kids crossing the road. Small girls. I should say none of them don't reach 15. But what they wore. For my mind, I'm looking. But they left one house, so maybe a parent available in the house. If you see what these girls wore, you're going to say they get granuts. Nothing to really... But if you see what they just... I also place the cover. About 4 of them. And I'm looking, what thing they really saw.
Hey, but the thing is, we have to tread cautiously. Because these things that we frown about in Africa is accepted abroad.
Okay.
I found out that when I travel, I can comfortably wear a tank top and jeans. When I say tank top, I mean tank top that is like sleeveless and a pair of jeans, and I will go anywhere and there will be no judgment.
Yeah.
But in Africa, a lot of us have acculturation. And that's why I don't like to judge people too harshly. One, religion is one of the things that hold us into some spaces.
Yeah.
Culture.
Tradition. Yeah.
Look at Africa. Ogbolo, the culture of wearing short things is African. When you see traditional, if you're going to be traditionally attired, look at that Ijaw costume that they wear for weddings. It's like a mini dress with some beadings and some things and some time. I think it's the times that we're living that has made a lot of things vulgar. My mama not fit tell me anything. Everybody get their mama picture. My mom wore micro mini with socks. She can't argue because in her lifetime I asked her about it when she complained about some things and some things. Say, okay, mommy. She said,
how far are you?
She said in their own time that they wear stockings. No, not socks. Stockings. And their socks get to their knee.
Their knee.
But at that time, vulgarity wasn't in our face.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of things, I'll say it in Yoruba. I'm sorry, I say ojududu. That meaning a lot of things were still shrouded in mystery.
Yeah.
We were not prodding and poking.
Yeah.
But now, sexual content is at your beck and call.
Yeah.
So it's not just what they are wearing. It's now more about all the things that play in the mind of all those that see them. So it's not just their clothes that give people problem. They are imagining them from a pornographic point of view now, because that's where many of the young people, their minds are. So some things that ought not to be anything has become something really. So I'm like, there are some trends. When I was young, when you buy your little girl, your baby, in a short skirt with a diaper, honestly, the only comment you'll be hearing is cute. Oh, she looks like a button.
Yeah.
But it's not the same these days.
Because times have actually changed. And
Times have
so many
changed.
negative things have also happened.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming. That you hit it on the. I say, people are now not just coming about the visual sense. They are coming from the dirtiness of many things.
Yeah.
Child pornography.
Yeah.
Sexualization of children.
Yes. Rape.
Yeah. Domestic violence. Indecent, vulgar words. There are many. When you see an individual, I remember Prison Break. You know where Michael Scorsese would see how to get out of the prisons, where they would, mathematical equations.
All those things, yes.
The thing. In an average young person's mind now, trust me, if we can visually see what they are thinking, you go fear pass waiting away.
My issue now with all of this is how I'm seeing more women a bit more vocal about sexual stuff on social media than even the so-called men where they complain about before. Before now, men were being seen as now be the problem. Now men are in the cast, now they carry woman, now be the real prostitutes.
Yeah.
But today, it just like say, as social media can't give freedom, the need for women to always express has now taken some people, they don't cut rope. So they've gone above.
To the extreme.
So now anything that's in your mind, normally, not be everything for your mind you go talk.
But that's why I said the doctrine of shamelessness. There's something called caution.
Why is it more female than male?
But you can't, let me tell you.
No, I'm not.
The empowerment of women is something we just started owning.
Yeah.
In the past, there was a largely patriarchal society.
Yeah.
Where women were stamped down and quietened.
Yes.
My own mother told me that in their own time, their anatomy is not even something they used to behold. Their own bodies.
Yeah.
They can't look at it. And it affected me too. Because when I was in uni, I was like a CU sister kind of. So those things were not something that we were even allowed to do.
Yeah.
We would say that it put us in a space. But unfortunately or fortunately, you know that this thing is like a two-edged sword. The freedom is good because now women are vocal about what they think.
And they're empowered.
They're
achieving
empowered
stuff.
to speak their minds.
Yeah.
In the past, I know how men used to treat their wives.
Of course.
With disdain.
Yeah.
In fact, when it comes to their sexual prowess in the context of marriage, many of their wives cannot even speak to their husbands.
Yes.
As are to, oh, honey, I want this, I like this, can we do this?
Yeah.
They didn't even have that liberty.
Yeah.
But you know that with freedom, there must come excesses. It is the excesses that you are seeing. How many of these people that you see on social media are married? Most of them are single women. And of course, everybody is following someone that is following someone. And they believe that, the more vocal I am about these things, the more people focus on me. This one is more about looking for validation. It's not really about self-esteem.
Yeah.
Half of these people, without their ring lights and their lights, they still feel wretched. When you meet them one-on-one, or when an intellectual talks to them about the same context, talking about cunnilingus all the time, what do you hope to gain? No, because when I look at these young unmarried women, one, what are you encouraging? That means you're telling everybody you have sexual freedom outside the context of marriage and you can do as you like. But that is your private ish.
Yeah.
But when you come out and publicly sell that, more people that do not have your wisdom or has not seen half the shege you have seen will take it as instruction and set about a life they ought not to have set about in the first place.
Lolo, I saw one video. This babe was literally, you know how someone, the the pidgin English version of a female reproductive organ. Let me put it that way. And the pidgin English version of the F word.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Okay, let's just use the F word. Or the pidgin English version of a female reproductive organ.
Yeah.
She was shouting like, if you, she can't add prayer, join now. So if you, your life will never remain the same. Dog will be open for you. Dog will be open for you.
But you know, all these things are just sensationalism.
Because today in our time now, social media, they train children.
That's what I just said.
So it's in a baffle me, especially for the next generation. Because now, if you tell some women, when I know they talk to women, a woman will tell you, say, I not make anybody abuse me.
But Ogbolo, how am I supposed to speak on a space that is hers? Don't you know that the freedom of social media is almost total?
Yes.
Because if she's not an underage person, she can choose to say what she likes on her own space. Just like we are having this Say My Peace podcast. And we say, okay, on this podcast, we want to talk about things that are real.
Yeah.
And we want to be as, use wisdom to, navigate a lot of waters.
Definitely.
Some people will not find it interesting.
Yeah.
But let me get on this place. Take this, my dress up, and
twerk like this. No, I've got views go.
Everybody will say, but what are we really selling? Half of these people that you are looking on social, is it just vulgarity that worries you? Maybe another time we will talk about the fact that people are now real life herbalists on social media.
Yeah.
That's more shocking to me. When somebody will come outside
carry juju
and tell you that this soap, Bafa and men go, they follow you. And I'm like, is this not something that people are not even supposed to speak about? But look at all these people that talk all this sexual language. I remember when one musician came outside that day, Queen Janet or something, that she was singing pure Cornelius music.
Yeah. What's her name?
The shop, Saint Janet. She even have saints. Do you know how shocking it was?
But now,
even at that, it's still a limited audience.
Yeah.
But all those people that talk all these vulgarities, how many people can endorse them really? Let's be factual.
Yeah.
Who endorse them? Maybe condom. Even, do you know that people that sell condoms, there are some of them they can't endorse because they expect you to use their condoms with decorum.
Yes.
They expect there's age restriction
on
it.
Yeah.
But adult content is just like people that sell alcohol. You will see that disclaimer.
Yeah.
That you are not supposed to do this. So no matter how an underage holds alcohol and drinks it sweetly, no sensible alcoholic company would ever endorse that. Because it's off-brand. The only thing these people, and if you look at it, is audience-based though. They get their own audience. And if you look at people who follow someone, Bolo is not far. It's because we're looking at it social media-wise and you are just passing. But do you know another thing I just discovered? That if you're not careful, do you know that if I follow you, Bolo, and you watch some things, your algorithm will mix with mine.
They will suggest some things to you.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There was a time I just started following somebody. I just say, see women with see,
from where?
I know they watch these things.
Yeah.
But that shows you that these people that are supposed to have wisdom, and I will blame some men, these ladies that go about vulgar and they say the words the way they say it, the way she had described our private, some of your brothers will still want to patronize.
That one a normal thing now, of course.
But if you put fish for front
of cats go chop now. You know go call them cats don't eat.
But a lot of you give me that stupid analogy.
That what?
So there's nothing called self-discipline.
And say no, see this self-discipline talk, it's in. There is everybody get part to play. You know go talk say you put fish now for front of, like I said, cats. Now I can't say cats, behave yourself, don't eat that fish. You can't go say, okay, if you not train the cat not to eat the fish, cats go chop fish.
Do you know that's still a very many women will still say that's a patriarchal
what I'm saying is this.
The fact that she's talking nonsense, is that not the reason why you should
No. I was heading somewhere with that, right? Because there are two parts to this. Men get their own to definitely. I don't date church before. Waiting one babe wear for my front. As praise and worship they go on, I dey struggle.
Not to look.
Say, God,
Yeah.
let me focus on the altar.
Yeah.
You think they drag me, look me. That, at least I get self-control.
Yeah.
To a large extent, I know I get self-control. A guy, woman will take more clothes from my front now. Don't like say, I better wear your clothes, come on here. You get. But that can't be for every man. Not be every man get that.
But
that
you
kind
see,
of
this
self-control.
beautiful thing that you just said, Ogbolo, how much education do men in this generation get about self-control? You know, you can't stop anybody from creasing.
Yeah.
But we have to attack it from all sides.
Yes.
Because I cannot go on a platform that you have not given me. It's just like now, I can't speak over someone that's not giving me a right to speak over them. One, you're not my child. You're not my mentee. So what right would I just have to go to somebody's social media and say, don't talk about sex?
Yeah, but
like that?
but what I'm saying is, you may not necessarily have to go to her comment. Because like they say, evil will thrive if good stays silent. And evil continues to thrive because a lot of good have stayed silent. I'm of the opinion that I think more women need to start to talk about more things, value-wise. It's almost as if, it's almost like when you see a woman who's enjoying her marriage. She no come and talk, say, my marriage is beautiful. Once one own spoil, she go set ring light.
Yeah.
Can more women begin to create platforms where more, just like you said now, can more men be disciplined? Which is true. Yeah. We need more men to put together more events and order to see how we can. I mean, at the end of the day, while I was raised by different people, my mom, my grandmother, and I had an uncle who also instilled, because my father was absent. Yeah. So I had an uncle who instilled certain manly values into me. And till tomorrow, you know him. Till tomorrow, I mention his name anywhere. Yeah. Now, that was because he kind of, mentored me in his own way.
Yeah.
Do we have those for women?
Ogbolo, honestly,
because that's what I'm saying. Not be saying you go comment section, go comment. But can we do more for women?
No. Do you know that men are the ones that are not even getting enough? The education that the girl child has had in the past couple of years, it trumps the ones that boys have had.
Of course, there's been an abandonment.
There has been
of course,
an avalanche of spaces, of places, of events, of platforms that are doing so much to educate women.
But has it actually helped?
It is helping.
I'm just asking.
But
because the one where they see today now, like,
it is helping, Ogbolo.
Okay.
I cannot lie to you. But just like it is more about algorithm on social media. Some of these beautiful platforms, once you do positive things, you can hardly see a lot of interactions on such platforms.
Yeah, but the moment it is
all these negative ones, and they are just a bunch.
Yeah.
If you look at it statistically, these people that talk rubbish, honestly, I don't know. It's not a fact. I don't have the right statistics, because you see them in a couple of spaces. They are not more than, I doubt if they're up to 10%.
No, I think they're more.
I don't even think so. Because I don't agree.
Just go to TikTok alone. If that thing even join where I know they go that TikTok.
Do you know I've not been to TikTok?
Oh, blood of blood.
Like 4-5 months.
Even some girls we are the respect before us. Yeah. Say they have beautiful pages on Instagram, probably friends. I've unfollowed so many female friends. So I'm not good like that too. But I am for at least you can
sanitize your own space.
The package, at least if you dey craze, no right craze for your forehead as signboard, they work up and down. TikTok, I just go TikTok. Some of my female friends, they twerk for there. And I'm looking, it's like, okay, what's in they make when they go here, go they twerk? Now we just want to feel it.
Let me tell you something about pressure.
This is not me judging, no.
Let me even talk about this podcast is Say My Piece.
Yeah.
And we X-ray our life. There was a time in Nollywood, I cannot lie that, I've always hit it right. I know I'm quite busty. And there are so many things that I love to wear that some people will say is age inappropriate. But I don't think it's vulgar. I like to wear short skirts. But there's a decorum to which you can wear there's a way you can wear your short skirt that I don't think I would think you look indecent.
Yes.
Imagine one time that I went.
Me now, we like legs.
Imagine I went on to one red carpet and I wore like this turtleneck dress with a hat. What didn't they call me at that AMVC?
Okay, I think I remember.
Mommy Choma, Miss Road, this and that.
Don't be small ones. They're watching for that.
Go. Then I was in Chika Ike's film and they said sexy and something, and I made a dress that was totally out of character. Even me that wore the dress, I had no confidence. I had zero confidence.
Because it was too
It was too much for me, but I was just trying to stay in the trend.
Yeah.
So I know that sometimes pressure can get to you like that, even a sensible person.
Okay.
But that's why I like to say that, so that they won't think that, oh, they are just all good. They don't goof.
I
No.
know,
But you know, when in retrospect, I knew that I didn't need it. I could have stayed true to my brand, and I have never gone to that extent ever again.
Yeah.
Because it's okay to make mistake.
Yeah.
But when your mistake becomes habitual, like me, I love to teach things about sexual content. But I don't want to teach it to the wrong crowd.
Yes.
I have to teach it to those that need it.
Yeah.
Married people,
Yeah.
older singles,
Yeah.
people that should be having this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
That's why you will never see me use my platform to talk that kind of content, except it's a curated audience that I know that I can segregate who listens or who watches, so that those that it needs to target, it can get them. But that is why I know that people come and kill me. Social media, the way we are going, if they don't censor it,
because I was going to say that to an extent, it is there's almost a need for it now at this point. I mean, I was talking to Kunle Remi last time, and Baba Talk say only his wedding time alone. I mean, very soon we'll have him here. Only his wedding time alone. The way social media almost finished his wife. They weep. He say if to say that talk on top social media, they wipe person for back. They mark when you forget. You'll be like, it will be like zebra.
And a person wedding, no.
Yeah.
Now husband she dey lap dance, so. Because
generally they're just getting at her, she's no fine, it's too slim.
We think consign them.
See, in your marriage, your wedding, person don't see who in love.
But
and who
let me
in
tell you, if Kunle is not strong, and if
strong for her
is not strong, and Kunle is strong for her to be her cover, it's enough to break someone.
Of course, I mean, me and him talk. He said where the thing almost got to him. So of course, social media.
Now, Shebi we're even talking vulgar content. Shebi they are even speaking about it. How about those that even show you how to do this and that?
Like that video I showed you. To ba ṣe báyìí, ma fún, ó wá ṣe mí báyìí.
Look at that viral video that went viral. She normal. She normal ló ń kí
yes.
It's about doing normal. Kiriko normal. It became a sound that everybody wanted to do. And, and because some celebs jumped on it, and they did it so excellently, a lot of people will just keep putting. I am of the opinion that they need to regulate
social media.
In China, do you know if you're in Dubai, you can't access some sites?
Yes, of course.
If you're in China, there are some sites you can't go. I was just seeing a video let's say 2 weeks ago, about one young guy in Edo State. When children are having children, it's another problem. He wore G-string for a girl of 4. And they were taking her in some very vulgar positions and videos.
What was his reason?
My brother. He said she wants to be a model.
At 4 years old?
Saying they look at people ahead of her. Say she won't be like them. When she grow up, the likes of Nkechi Blessing. I was so happy that Edo State Police Command took it up. Immediately, they had to take that child from him. Because the child is 4. Imagine, but the ridiculous thing. He said, he made her no look her like that. Say, made her send a helper to her. And that's where I'm going again. People just gain financial, is it financial gratification? Or would I say,
because people have seen that on social media, people can get money.
These things, everybody just thinks is something they can use. And these people that are using is subtle marketing. A woman that can come out and talk that
about
vulgarly,
stuff like that, yes.
She's just telling you this is who I am, without telling you this is who I am.
Yeah.
It's just like I say such a thing. Do you know how many of you will come after me?
Definitely.
That what is wrong with Lolo? Please, you will come to my house if you have to gag me and take me to psychiatry.
Yeah.
But when you see such people, Ogbolo, it's subtle marketing. You are telling people this is who I am.
Yeah.
If you can go
all the way, yes, to social media to
go
talk.
that.
Yeah.
And say that blatantly. It shows that there's no boundaries with you. So some of them, if they are not soliciting, I say solicitation. And do you know another bad thing? So the situation is one. The one that we are not looking at is grooming. Grooming.
This grooming owner, even
Grooming.
if they groom you directly or social media is grooming you already.
These are part of the people that are grooming our young ladies.
Yes. So before
Imagine
there was a time when you protect the young girl from men.
Yeah.
Now you have to protect the young girl from
some women.
For some women, yeah.
Because some of these girls will see it. Look at that one you showed me. She's so beautiful.
Yes.
She'll look at her that, if this lady can be this beautiful, she was in a nice car. She see another thing.
Yeah.
Look at those kinds of visual connotations. It actually makes people begin to desire that maybe if I'm that vocal and wild and loud and vulgar,
I'll get likes,
and I'll have
validation.
the kind of validation and attention she has. That's silent grooming.
Yeah.
I was so happy today. It was still something we discussed where they're saying that even social media, Nigeria Video Censors Board want to limit how people can put ritual content.
Of course, in movies,
skits,
smoking
and music
and
smoking and all that.
Yeah.
Even though we know that art is life, life is art.
Yeah.
But there should be boundaries.
I mean, a lot of time, art imitates life. So what I also want to ask now, because you mentioned this earlier too, that, tradition, culture, religion, and all the likes, at some point that they did what they did. It's almost like they silenced women in some way. All right? But now, because somebody asked the same question among us guys when we're having this particular discussion, that is this the reason why maybe culture, traditions, some religions also try to hold some women back? Because if too much freedom comes to the hands of some women, they go actually cut rope. They will go and do the most. So could this have been the reason why some religion, culture, tradition held some women back?
I actually agree with you. Why? Because religion and traditions are part of what makes us Africans.
Yes.
That's part of what makes us who we are as a people. And that is what we are trying to throw out.
Because again,
we are all imbibing Western
culture, yeah.
Who would ever think that a woman will go out and you can actually bend down to see her undergarments? Even our traditional women in those times. Do you know that when they dress on some ways, their jigida will cover some parts?
Yeah. Even those short skirts we were talking about, it was still kind of decent.
It still had a way that it
wasn't too far from the knee.
Yeah.
You get where they did.
It gets as he is.
But
not today, like it's just...
Today own. If you do if it's here.
Yeah.
Today own just like if they just say maybe they just sit down small, you will see the cops. You see. It's to just chook injection, you're hungry. Well, anyway, make I not talk the one they go on for my mind.
But because these days is because those cultural traditions were holding us. They were guiding us. But now we have gotten to that era of self-awareness. And the self-awareness,
we don't chop too many apples from inside
the now to a point that we don't know boundaries and we don't know when to stop.
Can we say that parents have failed? It's just a question, you understand? Because some people ask, okay, is it society we will blame? Is it parents we will blame? Will we say parents have failed? Because of course, not be every parents will go talk says actually Sabire speaking. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There are some parents back then where they probably were or let's say it this way. There's some parents back in the day who were raising their own children, and their own children were rebellious towards them. And those rebellious children back then now became the parents of today who have also raised their own children. Could it have also been that they raised their own children from a place of their own rebelliousness as well? Do you understand? Because parents groom Pekin. The Pekin say, I no go here. We're rebellious towards your parents. Yeah. Now that rebellious child has become a parent today and probably has passed on a form of rebelliousness to their own children. Or is it society?
There are so many things that we can lay. Look at us. A lot of us parents are not even available.
Yes.
And that's not by any choice.
Especially today times.
Look at us. Our mothers, they were stay-at-home moms.
Yes.
So at least one parent was at home.
Yeah.
Unlike now.
Everybody there outside.
All my children are in boarding school. They've been in boarding school since they were in secondary school. And some, at least 2 of them, have been in boarding school since primary 3. So you want to tell me that how much time can you honestly spend with your children? And in those times that you are not with them, other things are training them.
Yeah.
That's where social media have become rife.
Yes.
All our children have tabs, even to babies. Babies, let's even say they are not on social media, but,
but they
the
have their
screen
own
time of baby shakulululu is there.
Yeah.
You see a child sit down next to you, literally snatch your phone.
Yeah. And can operate it.
And can operate and look for content.
Yeah.
So I want to believe that sometimes parenting is lacking. Because many of our children spend time alone. So you might actually not really notice when something is changing.
And they could be living double lives actually.
And they can be living double lives because they know your itinerary.
Yeah.
They know when daddy will come, when mommy will come. So
Yeah.
they can change, and
Yeah.
we did it too when we were young.
Normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many of us don't go to party. We'll put our party clothes inside our school bag.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't do it, but I know a lot of people.
No, me, I don't have a full.
I did it in my own time. But rebellion is in everybody. But many things that we have to learn in this generation is that even our society has failed us. Because there are many things that we're supposed to condemn generally.
Yes.
But when you are condemning it publicly and you are still fueling it privately, look at the sugar daddy syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will come out and say, oh, these are our young girls. They should not be doing this and that, talking vulgarity. And this same man heard the girl, how we talk, say, the way I will blow you whistle,
Yeah.
Baba, the whistle go loud.
You go forget your wife.
Like oh.
You no go know.
They blow well, and they blow a
So
long
behind,
time.
he will go behind
He
to
will go
patronize the
behind
same.
and still endorse it.
Yeah.
You know that's double standard.
Yeah.
And this situation, this society that we're in is a double standard society.
Of course, because again, there's hunger in the land. So there are those people too who will say, "Oh, this is my own form of survivor."
If she come on social media and say, my brother, if you come and chop this, well, your life never remains the same. And you come and chop it and your life never remains the same. You keep going. And if she say, this video work.
Yeah.
If you see who slide into my DM, the next day, she will even tell you that I can use snake, I can use lion. Because she knows somebody is going to respond to it.
Yeah.
So you see that we're living a double standard life. And those are some of the things that, no matter how we talk about it, Ogbolo, we can't cure it.
So
The world is going to a termination point. So all these things that you are afraid of,
my own is even
some years ago.
It's not just afraid of. You get, because I believe that as powerful as social media is as well, there are some things that can still be, like for me, part of my plan soon is also to create a form of club for young boys. You get, I can do this more that I can do.
Yes.
If I have like 10, 15, 20 young boys that I can mentor, which I will do very soon because I have a heart for it. Because again, mentorship carried me reach where I did. Thank God for the likes of Eladro Toye, the likes of, some pastors under which, I was, and people I served, some businessmen who I was loyal to and, basically a protege to.
Yeah.
See where I did today by the grace of God. And of course, I'm still heading somewhere.
But look
so I believe that I can also do that.
See those people that mentored you.
Yeah.
Do you know how inaccessible they are now?
Yes, I mean.
So
but they
that means
the
onus is on some of those that they've mentored.
That's what I'm saying. For people like us now that they've passed it on to, I can do it, for some other people moving forward. I'm already doing that, but there's not like there's a platform. Because I believe that some of us will still get sense. Or I'm all past the sense because now everybody because now people they will even get sense. Go talk, say, leave them, we not feel do anything about them. I've told a lady before who was bitterly complaining about this same thing we're talking about. And I said, okay, who are the 1, 2, 3 people that one way or the other you have spoken to? He said, I better go. I don't want to go that side. They go abuse me. But I've found out one thing again, that when men eventually correct these things, I've seen men make some kind of statements on certain videos on social media, and you check the comment section, you see women coming against the man that is doing what the woman should have done.
Well, you should know that now everybody is another thing is
because they'll tell the men face your front.
Bandwagon effect. Do you know now originality is something very alien now? If you look at the social media life that we're in, it's herd mentality that is winning.
Yes.
Do you know some of them don't even know what the start of the conversation is?
Yes.
Once they just see anybody cuss, they will just enter the DM and cuss as much as they can.
Yeah.
I saw a video of somebody that they said was attacking e-money.
Yes.
When I saw the person, he was
not just one person though. There was a young boy. There's a woman who had already made her own video too. That was the starting of the thing. Yeah.
It was a boy. Do you know one time that I saw somebody abusing somebody? I had to go to the DM to the person's page.
Yeah.
This is a child.
Yeah.
They just hide behind social media to become tyrants.
Yeah.
And that's because many children do not have training. You see all those persons that is holding phone 24 hours. Go and ask where their parents are. Like my own children now. My son is serving punishment at home. But he has no access to television.
Yeah.
No access to phone. He can no longer access social media. Because if you do not put boundaries and train and culture your children.
Culture. I think we're losing that one
Of
by
course.
the culture. That time, you get how your mama no go take their house. And your parents not the house. You can't dress, say you won't use back door comot. If one of your neighbor catch you, they fit punish you.
Oh, yes.
Until your mama come back, kneel down there.
Say if you draw an eye to your neighbor child.
No, they will tell you now, say you cannot
They'll
touch
tell
my
you your
child
life.
now.
Say, Baba,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I didn't give her cane with you.
Yeah.
You cannot train her.
Yes.
You can report her to me.
Yeah.
Then I will take it up. And the child go there, they look
They
at
look
you.
like saying, yeah.
What you send
So you know if he beats the pikin now, you cannot even. Hey.
I've seen somebody's child before that was doing some strange things. That all those come back from school. I will observe them. There are 3 girls inside the room.
Yeah.
When they come back, they are all, doing one kind. And as an adult, I know what could have gone on.
Yes, now.
Those children were just fiddling with themselves, and I found out. And when I told the mother, Ogbolo, the regret I felt,
Hi.
I had never felt a regret like that. God forbid, you are projecting your evil on my child. My sister and brother, I just do like this.
From that they lock up.
When I see them coming, well done, no. I'll just quickly lock my door. Because now you are saying, I don't need you to help me.
Yes.
And that's part of the things that is making this thing rife. Because nobody is afraid of anybody.
Because even parents are not even
Look
helping.
at that person that went on social media and talked like this. Do you know who their parents exist?
Yes.
Their parents have maybe church or mosque association.
Yes.
And they have friends,
Yeah.
secular friends.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of fearlessness that has,
Sunken deep in the heart of most of these people.
in the heart
yeah.
of these people that even when their parents call them to consider is for social media, you don't understand how these things are. There's 1 or 2 things I'm doing with it. Are you not seeing people, Papa, now doing social TikTok with their children? I see somebody, they carry their Papa, wear bra for them. Made daddy, they dance at Ilogu. And the children will tell the daddy we're making money.
Yes.
So a papa that did that with his child, and maybe in the evening say, Daddy,
take this one, collect this one, yeah.
He said, where is Sam? He
Tomorrow-
said, that video, what we do?
Papa will wear miniskirt tomorrow and high heel.
He go do am because he's still back to
Poverty.
hunger.
Poverty.
So there are so many things that are interconnected. You can't tell that Baba now that them when no see food chop. When 50K don't they enter every 3 days.
Yeah.
Just by wearing miniskirt and shouting that vulgar word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be your papa, but when you do like this, I like him. The Baba go continue to do it because they're hungry.
He has to chop.
So do you think that kind of parent can train a child?
Every time I see that comment on social media, when I go they talk like say una no get family member.
Yeah.
That statement, just check them out now. Under one woman post, under one girl post again. I'm a little emphatic on the girl child because again a lot is tied to if most women miss it. There are so many vulture men with the wait
no
say,
go
"Mona, just make all of na miss am.
Miss am.
Let's have a feel that if most women can hold back, more men will behave.
Yes.
More men will behave.
Of course.
But because that free thing day, I be man. That free thing day where you could just say, the guy just even close the doors. Just
open and say,
falling.
As I tell my friend, one door they open here.
Yeah, falling
just
straight.
walking straight. Nobody they will lock them.
Because now there's a future, you get. And if most people right now, especially those who are watching, maybe you never be parent at all, we go still born children. One way or the other, your children are going to go to school with all of these other
You
kids.
see, as I thank God, say I don't born now.
Hey, we were never born.
In another
Hey, God.
20 years, the thing
Hey,
that
God.
we are talking on this podcast, they go see our podcast like ancient,
let
like
it be-
podcast where they go bring from Jesus times.
Make the podcast shall be like
the thing where we they talk.
where they will fit find
now
sense.
where everybody done they go do grom. I be waiting they call her. Get ready with me.
Yeah.
At first, that they get ready from singlet.
Yes, now you don't
Now
enter
you
this
don't
thing.
they get ready. They don't they get ready from pants.
Yes.
Small time they don't get ready from bathroom.
Yeah.
And for your front like this, they go do everything. Oh ha! Even period people women where they do period self go do them in front of you. Now that time go no say wahala day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wahala day.
I'm even more concerned about the influence it can have over you, because you as a good parent, fit train your children well, do everything spiritually, everything, but they will still go outside there to go mix. So if you go mix with children for outside where their own parents no do the thing where they're supposed to do, they can influence your own pikin where you don't use all your strength, spirituality, everything they raise.
Honestly.
So there's a call for it actually that people need to start to do some kind of things.
Me, I just want women to have decorum. It's not everything you need to say. And if you are not an authority on something, why speak about it? When I see people that are giving counsel on marriage and you are not married,
no.
and you have never been married, you are just a young lady. That means you are just getting knowledge from books and things and life.
Yeah.
And do you know that it can be lopsided?
Yeah.
It's just like me now that I've been divorced. Honestly, I can tell you why.
Yeah.
I can tell you the pitfalls from even looking at it from afar.
Yeah.
I can tell you things to avoid.
Yeah.
And I can tell you categorically that it is not the best to be single.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I tell young women when I meet them, they say, hello, no, but you're fine now. I say, what makes you think so? Do you know how difficult it is to date in your old age?
Yeah.
The standards to which I can take when I was 20
is
no longer the same now.
Exactly.
So why don't you just get it right from that point of marriage? Or don't marry at all.
And just no say
and just don't say na day you do.
Yeah.
Unlike you now have to grapple with some other issues. And do you know that these girls that are talking these things, it's just the state of their life now.
Because in a few
years. And the internet never forgets.
In a few years.
They can change their perspective.
See Rihanna
but
now. See Rihanna.
I was just going to mention Rihanna.
Rihanna now come back and talk, say, she look back at some things she has done and she's wondering, wow. Especially now that she's a mom, she's looking. But she knows some girls don't follow that her former self go. They're not lost.
Away. But internet never forgets.
Of course.
Shebi sometime when we were growing up, there are many things some of us did that some of us here sitting on this chair said we not go qualify. You people foresee them that time.
Yeah.
As they see it now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not quick to judge them. I just said that, okay, if we're making mistakes in this point, but we can dial back.
Yeah.
From the point that you know this is wrong, dial back. Or learn a better way to do it.
This thing you said just now, just bring something to mind. If you know it is wrong, some people have made right wrong things. Some people they don't get that thing. They don't know what's wrong. Go.
Not any longer.
No, some people don't know what's wrong again. No, that's no. Now way boys they smoke igbo for music video.
Yeah.
Now way boys they smoke igbo on top their live session. So
that's
so now everybody want to do and say, yeah, maybe just carry it now.
Everybody I know they lie. They do this, they do that.
And what makes you a big boy is the fact that you can smoke that thing. If a Burna Boy can do it, if a Davido can do it, and they're doing good music and they're making money, make all of us they do it.
Make everybody they do it. There's so many things that it's good to do it in darkness where devil say make it day. He get reason why he put her inside darkness. Because it's just like there are some dresses that designers make for night only.
Yes, but these days
because if you wear it at night, it has a way of just looking okay.
Yeah.
Because of the environment, the place. But I don't see women wear club gown. They waka
for road. Yes, we go enter bus.
You go no say one, they no get better education. Look at all these people, bad family values. They don't just get sense.
Poverty.
Poverty is a
let's just wear your kind clothes when you know say suppose we go for dinner
date.
Just
I don't see alter neck wey person
they go there for express like this under hot sun.
They sweat inside velvet dress.
They call it, please shift for me for that bus until stay away.
And body odor, you can't see somebody carry armpits, rub their.
When conductor just embrace you small, mother sumo saying.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But honestly, this is a very important thing that we have talked about.
But
today.
if you could do in closing, right? In closing, because I don't talk about us who kind of see the light. At least we still get 1 or 2 cents to talk. Say, okay, see. At least I've spoken about people creating platforms and all of that. So let those who know better speak up.
Speak up.
Speak up and continue to speak up. Just not to judge. Bring these conversations to be like we've just done. You understand? But if you could also suggest something, like I did with this, what will your final be?
Honestly, for me, I just think that even us as individuals, we need to get a little bit of education for ourselves. There are so many people that you might actually like something, why don't you get knowledge and training on it?
Yeah.
So that you can deliver it better.
Yeah.
Like there's a lady I followed on Instagram. She teaches people how to do that cunnilingus intercourse. Should all the women that are older, that are having hip problem, they'll bring pillow to like a gym class.
Yeah.
And they will make simulations with that video. I'm like, wow, look at education.
Yeah.
Look at age restriction.
Yeah.
You see older women in their 40s that their husbands have been complaining about this and that.
Yeah.
They go there to do those kind of exercises and learn.
Yeah.
There is always a better way to deliver something. Even if you want to talk something of sexual content, why don't you gain education on how it can be said better?
Yeah.
So that when it's received by a larger audience, it's not distasteful.
Yeah.
There are some things that are just totally vulgar and unacceptable. Honestly, we should desist from it. And I said personally, because you owe yourself better. Everybody can look at you, but you, that is the subject, you owe yourself better.
Yeah.
So do better for your own self.
And to also add to that one, Sha, I've said this before, but again, just to say it, if we don't start to speak up about these things now, the kids that we are going to bring, they will school with those ones who are not well trained. And those ones who are not well trained could easily influence the kids that you've used everything to train. You understand? So let us just begin to speak up and, of course, shed more light on these things. All right? It's not a way. We're not here to judge anybody. No be judgment. But we got to gist this matter.
Yeah.
You get, we have to talk about it and all. All right? So for those who are also watching, if you have one or two ideas or whatever you think may have also, if you think that one way or the other society failed or parents failed or whatever, or you have an opinion one way or the other, let us know in the comment section. All right? So please, we'd like to hear from you guys. Comment and let us hear from you.
We want your comments. We want you to talk to us because there might be an angle we're not looking at.
Yes.
And we just want this to become a conversation.
Yeah.
So converse with us. Come under this video, interact with it, share it, like it. Let this even go viral so that it can get to spaces where those other kinds of content get to on a regular basis. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Say My Piece. And we go sign out at this point. All right. So until we next time, today on with is inside gist. It's in-house gist. All right. So God bless you guys. We'll see you next time. Subscribe. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.